Let me begin the session by wishing you a very happy new year. In this video, we are going to look at the 2023 predictions for Capricorn or Makara Rashi. I have presented the 2023 predictions in such a way that you can understand beyond what I am saying. That is why I have indicated the 12 houses involved in astrology and the significations of each of the houses. So, when a particular planet sits in a particular house, that house and those significations will be under focus, at least for 2023 and for any time period for that matter, right? So, that's the approach you have taken. I sincerely hope that beyond what I'm stating, you will learn something about astrology also in this process. For the purpose of decoding the 2023 predictions, I have looked at three factors. One is the Saturn transit, second is the Jupiter transit, and third is the Rahu Ketu transit. Saturn takes approximately 2.5 years, Jupiter takes 1 year, and Rahu Ketu takes 1.5 years. Other planets like Moon, Sun, Mars, Mercury, Venus, they move from one house to the other fairly faster, and hence their opportunity to influence those houses deeply and in a bigger way is rather limited. These planets spend more time in a house, and hence they get an opportunity to go deeper and create bigger and lasting impacts. All these are relatively speaking only, right? Some have higher impacts, some have lower impacts, right? So if you look at Makara Rashi or Capricorn moon, you have gone through a lot of stress, right? Why? Because Saturn was in the first house. Saturn in first house is known as Janma Sun, right? That is the first house transit. It is normally considered very challenging. It is the center part of the 7.5 year cycle. Why it is challenging? Because Saturn is a dark planet, right? Saturn is a slow planet. Saturn will delay things. Saturn will also give you trouble, right? All these words can be attributed to the word Saturn. So when it comes to the first house, it creates darkness in your mind. Relatively speaking, the extent of darkness depends on your natal horoscope, right? So when Saturn comes to the first house, these aspects get affected, right? Your digestion could have got impacted. Okay, uh, you might have felt more stressed, more depressed. That is all due to Saturn. You might have also felt that things are moving slowly because of the seventh aspect. You might have even felt that the relationship with your spouse or significant other, business partnership, is not so great, and because of the 10th house Ketu, even your profession might have suffered, right? Please note that Janmasini happened during the Corona time frame where everyone suffered. So it's kind of double whammy for Makar Rashi. If Corona had not happened, if Ketu were not in 10th house, you would have handled 2020 to 2022 period lot better. Okay. So what I'm saying is other planets were equally in a bad position, and then Corona also happened. During the time, Saturn was traversing the first house. So it is double whammy or triple whammy, right? So given these, how is 2023 going to be? Okay. So Saturn is moving from first house to second house on 17 January 2023. So it is a big relief. The element of darkness that is there in your mind will come down drastically. Stress will come down drastically. Okay. And your relationship with your spouse will improve. Your profession can also improve to an extent. I'm saying only to an extent because Ketu is still there. 10th house Ketu is not considered good. Why? Because Ketu is a spiritual planet. We are all living in material life, right? We want fame, we want money, we want recognition, we want people to follow us, we want people to listen to us, we want people to be around us, we want car, we want bungalow, what not. So Ketu is an antithesis of all that we want in our life. Because Ketu is a spiritual planet. It's a planet of loneliness. It's a planet of feeling helpless, dejected, frustrated, because nothing happens, no? Ketu is a planet of nothingness. Let's say you're working in a job. Nobody comes and tells you anything, good or bad. You keep on doing your job. Nobody even assigns you job. Nobody even bothers about you. How will you feel? Right? On top of that, Saturn is also seen. It is because of this double whammy that Makara Rashi suffered a lot. Please understand that. So until this movement, from 10th to 9th happens, somewhere in 30th September 2023, things are going to be a little dull. Please note that. Okay. So Rahu is coming from 4th to 3rd, and that is considered a good transit. So for 2023 is concerned, for Makara Rashi to feel a semblance of normalcy, it is going to happen only from October onwards, right? Though Saturn is moving away from its most challenging position of first house transit, you will have to wait until 30th September for things to start moving up in life. Until then, it's going to be a period of things happening, things not happening, bit of positive, bit of negative. It's pretty average only, right? So I will divide 2023 between Jan to almost September. This is going to be an average period, right? October to December, things will start looking up. This is a good period, right? This is a good period. You must make use of this. So until end of September, patience. There is a saying, patience is a virtue, right? This too shall pass is what I will say, right? I know it's frustrating, but hang in there. Worst is behind you, right? Nothing significantly bad is going to happen because Saturn is past its first house transit, right? Things will be a lot better, but it will still be average only. Please note that. Because from second house, Saturn is touching what? The eighth house, no? Eighth house is always problematic. Suddenness, transformation, shame, fear, all these things get activated because Saturn is seeing from the second house, right? This is not good. Okay. So please keep this in your mind as you look forward to 2023. So until September, things are going to be pretty average. But the worst is behind you is what I will say. How will Jupiter transit be? It is okay. Fourth house is okay, right? But not the best of houses. From fourth, Jupiter is going to see the 10th house. So it will help things to improve a bit. From fourth house, going to see the 8th house, right? Let me put two arrows so that it is clear. Jupiter is, or rather two lines. Jupiter is also going to aspect the 12th house, right? So things, your sleep can improve a lot. Your sleep might have taken a big hit, in the last 2.5 years. That can improve because of the benefic influence of Jupiter, benefic aspect of Jupiter. Okay. Money flow will improve. Sudden money flow can happen because that Jupiter is going to aspect from 4th to 8th house, right? And profession also will improve. Jupiter transit is again average, is nothing great. Please note that. There is no Guru Pala. It's only when Jupiter comes to 5th house, it will be good. So 2024 is looking lot better for Capricorn and Makara Rashi, right? So hang in there. Good times will start from October. And leading into 2024 will be much, much better. I will even say it is super duper. Okay. So 2023 until end of September is going to be average. After that, it will be a lot better. And as I said, even during Jan to September, the worst is behind you. Okay. Now, what I've covered thus far is a generic prediction. What I'm going to do now is to bring in elements of specificity into prediction. What do I mean by that? Okay. What do you mean by specific? For that, I am looking at planets that may exist in your natal horoscope in your second house. What I'm essentially saying is the transit Saturn that comes from first to second, right, will interact, combine, join with natal planets and give you what are called as interaction effects. Okay. Suppose if you don't have planets in your second house, whatever I'm going to cover may not be all that applicable, right? So let's see what will be the effects if Jupiter or Venus is already there in your second house. This will be a super duper time for you. Okay, you can expect significant material gains. Okay, why? Jupiter and Venus are anyway close to its best positions. No, Venus here gets exalted. Jupiter here is in own house. So planets in exaltation are strong, and planets closer to exaltation are equally strong. Please note that. At many levels, a planet nearing exaltation is better than a planet in exaltation. That's a different astrological rule. Okay, but I'm stating it here. So Jupiter and Venus are already powerful. So if Saturn comes, natal Saturn comes, you can expect significant gains more related to profession. Please note that, because Saturn is the planet of profession. The gains can come even from old people, right? Because Saturn denotes old people. Okay. What if Mercury is there here? You can get to start new ventures. Your ventures can thrive. Trade business can thrive. Export, import. At the same time, watch what you speak. Not just physical communication, but also digital communication. WhatsApp messages ruled by Mercury, right? You want to send someone to party A, but you send to party B. That is not good, no? It may or may not create a problem. Depends entirely on your natal horoscope. Okay. If Saturn itself is there, what will be the effect of transit Saturn with natal Saturn? This is transit. You can expect change, significant change, and the changeover process, right? Change always involves changeover process, right? From something to something else. That will be very challenging. Similar to how this butterfly, right? Before it became butterfly, it was an insect. So the changeover process is like new janma, new life. That is how difficult you can feel during the changeover process. It could be getting a new job, new relationship, it could be even retirement, it could be anything. It's a change about which you will talk for a long time. Can I guess your age if natal Saturn is already in your second house? It is 30, 60, or 90, or closer to this. How am I saying it? A planet takes 2.5 years to cross. You multiply by 12, you get 30. Why 12? There are 12 houses. Right? You will either be 30, 60, 90, or closer to that. The next one is Rahu, Ketu, Mars, and also Sun. For people who have Rahu, Ketu, Sun, or Mars, life will be very challenging because Saturn considers Sun and Mars to be its number one enemy. And Ketu behaves like Mars, and Rahu behaves like Saturn. Okay. Shanivat Ketu, Kujavat Ketu, Shanivat Rahu. Right? If Mars is there, you can expect even physical fights. Verbal fights are also included. Ketu is there, some kind of break, and then something will start over. Rahu means darkness, right? Saturn is darkness. It's like pitch dark. Imagine if you have to do an important work in a pitch dark condition. How will you feel? You will probably make a mistake, no? A big mistake. That's what could happen. If sun is there, it could lead to ego clash. At the same time, you can expect some kind of promotion in your job also, right? Because Saturn plus sun denotes government related jobs, government related contracts, promotions, higher positions are indicated by Saturn and sun. That is why I'm saying it can give promotion in job or government job also. But at the same time, it can cause ego clash with superiors, fathers, and even government entities. Right? What is the use of getting a promotion if your manager throws office papers at you, shouts in front of others, uses bad words at you? How do you feel? You feel very bad, right? If you ask me whether such managers are there, they are very much there, right? So this is how 2023 will be. And what I covered in the second part is, if planets are there in your second house, what kind of benefits you can expect. If there are no planets, in your second house, what I covered may not be all that applicable, right? So that's what I wanted to cover. And I wish you the best of luck and a happy new year once again. Thank you.